Hey, welcome. Thanks for joining. Today we got a 2015 GMC Acadia with an intermittent check engine light. So when the check engine light is on, there's actually another symptom. The cooling fan is running on high all the time. And this kind of makes sense because when we got codes out of here, we got a P0118 and a P0119. These are coolant temperature sensor codes. Now, when the ECM can't trust the coolant temperature sensor, it will run it on high all the time to protect the motor from overheating. So to start with this intermittent problem, we want to check the wiring first. And to check the wiring, we're going to start at the coolant temperature sensor. Okay, to start this, make sure it's cold so you don't burn yourself in the exhaust manifold, and get the dipstick out of the way because we don't want to break that off. Now what we got to do here is we got to remove this heat shield by pulling it up and sliding it up the connector harness. Now this harness has a little red locking tab, so you're going to have to pull that up before you can release the connector. If you can't get your fingernail under there, use a pick. This is what I'm going to use to kind of just pull it up to unlock it, and then use your thumb, press in and pull the connector off the sensor. Okay, so before we start testing this, I want to make sure that the key is in the on position because this is powered by the ECM. I also want to make sure I turn off any loads because I don't want the battery going dead while we're testing this coolant temperature sensor circuit. I'm also going to get this out of the way here to expose the wiring harness a little better. Make sure you put your oil cap back on so you don't get anything in the engine. And we're going to take our multimeter here and we're going to put it to DC volts. Now this coolant temperature sensor runs off two circuits, a 5-volt reference and a low reference ground. I want to start by testing the 5-volt reference. And I'm not 100% sure which wire it is, so I'm just going to start by testing this one. And if it's not, you can always just test the other one to try to find it. Now I want to go to a known good ground, which we have right here. And there's our 5-volt reference. So now we know that that's good. So now we know we got a good 5-volt reference. We want to test the other low reference, which is actually just a ground to the PCM. So I'm going to test between these two wires. And you can see we also have our 5 volts. Now this proves that the ECM is supplying what the sensor needs to operate and that the wiring seems okay. Now there's one more test I want to do before I say this thing needs a new sensor. And that's what I want to do is wiggle these wires around a little bit just to make sure we don't have any intermittent connections or any bad wiring anywhere. And since the ECM is right here, there's really not too much that could go wrong. But you can see that my wiring or my voltage is pretty stable. Okay, since our wiring tests good and our computer's testing good right now, we have two options. We can either replace a coolant temp sensor or we can wait till this problem is there all the time. And since we already have this apart and it's a low cost part, we're gonna put a coolant temp sensor in this car for the issue. Now to start, we need to depressurize the cooling system. And to do that, we have to get to the cooling system cap, which is underneath this cover. So we're gonna have to remove all of these pins to get this plastic piece off. Now, don't attempt to remove this cap if the car is warm. Make sure that the car is cooled off before you depressurize this. And this one has been sitting for a while, so we know it's cool. And we just want to kind of unscrew the cap to make sure there's not pressure in the system. Now, if your coolant is old, this would be a good time to drain all the coolant in your car and replace it. But since this one has coolant in it that's relatively fresh, we're just going to try to do a quick swap and not waste too much time. So now that it's depressurized, I'm going to screw the cap back on. And we're going to go and remove our coolant temp sensor. And for this, you're going to need a 19mm socket. Okay, to start replacement, get your socket down over the sensor, and you may have to wiggle a little bit to get it to seat down. And then it may take a little bit, break it loose. And I like to turn it a couple turns and then take it out by hand. Make sure you have your new sensor ready to go in case you spill coolant. You don't want to lose too much. And you can see here that there's a gasket on this old sensor. Make sure that there is a gasket on the new sensor before you put it in. And make sure you thread it in by hand. You don't want to cross thread it. I'm just going to snug it here a little bit, and then we're going to torque it down. And we're going to torque this down to 16 foot-pounds. Again, make sure that you get it on here securely. You don't want to break the plastic off. And then we'll get our connector plug back in. Make sure you seat this red tab down. And then very important, make sure that you get this heat shield all the way over the center. This is what protects it from the heat. Okay, before we put this thing back together, we want to run it to make sure there's no leaks. Also, make sure that you top off that coolant. If you drained all your coolant, you're going to want to maybe top it off, run it a few times, and keep checking it for a few days just to make sure that you get all that air out and your coolant level is good. Otherwise, this job should be complete. Thanks for sticking with us and watching it through the whole video. If you liked what you've seen, please hit that subscribe button. Click the bell icon if you want to get notified when we make another video. Otherwise, thanks for watching.